That's right, you guessed it. Brothers Forge Gaming here, and today we're going to look at the magic of Scheherazade on the NES. If you guys haven't heard or seen of this game, stick around and check it out. Right now we're going to go into some backstory. Now, as you can see here, you could be wondering what kind of game is this? I mean, there's some different palaces, there's a Castlevania-looking moon thing there, we've got epic music so far. And if you guys aren't familiar with Culture Brain, they actually put out some pretty cool games. So anytime you see a title by them, we haven't been disappointed yet. So I want to say what they make, like The Secret of the Flying Scroll and the Flying Warriors, some of those kinds of, you know, they're not mainstream, if you will, NES developer. They do make some really cool games, though. We are trying to put together a complete collection of Culture Brain titles right now. But as you can see here, I did skip. You get to enter your character's name, and you get to pick your class. So I struggled with this right here because I was like, oh man, well, fighter's usually the easiest way to do it, but magician sounds pretty cool. So we went with that. Now it does look like throughout the game you get to get more characters as well, but you do start with that Coriana, whatever her name was, in your party. So this game's very dynamic, actually. It has multiple play modes. You've got top-down, you've got, well, right here you have Waterworld starring Kevin Costner. No, just kidding. But here we are, you know, so you go, it's starting to very similar other RPGs, you know, starts out, you talk to the king, right away you might be thinking something like Dragon Warrior, The Legend of Zelda, and the like. And you know what, you're not wrong. This game actually features some elements from every kind of cool RPG game. Almost feels a little bit like Star Tropic 2. Or as well, not Star Tropic 2, Zoda's Revenge, but that's also a similar game. But, you know, it has that similar feel of those games. Now, there is something about this game, though. There's a lot going on, but it almost feels like there's too much going on. So and then right here, yeah, this is right out of the Legend of Zelda. You find, you know, you burn the bush and you find the 50 rubies. So, and then I don't know what happened to the sound on this part, but anyway, so I came to this town. I didn't really know what I was doing when I first came into the town, but I found this casino. So this was a town a little further down. I think I should have been kind of fighting in the areas more, exploring more. I was just going, I read one of those, it says to talk to the townspeople, and it told me, ooh, penguins. So I had to pick that. See, right here I thought it was, you know, you get 2 penguins or 2 chances or something, but what it is if it lands on that icon you pick, you get that times your bet. So, and it's funny when, you know, when you win, the guy's like, huh? Oh, you won. Let me pay you like you're not supposed to be able to win. So I took my money and ran right here for sure. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, it doesn't really give you a lot of direction, and it says to talk to the townspeople, almost like every other kind of RPG game of this era. Oh yeah, I thought this was cool. Okay, so you can actually take out a loan, but the guy mentions interest, and so that's kind of cool. Like I was saying, they might maybe have done too much with this game. You can actually also hit select when you're on the main screen, and it brings up this other menu other than your inventory, and it shows like different worlds and phases and stuff. So the level of depth in this game is pretty intense. And now here we have like our Final Fantasy or Dragon Warrior style combat, which is kind of cool. These guys were annoying to fight because they can heal and they call for backup, so you can almost fight these guys infinitely. And it goes back and forth between this kind of random encounter, and then there's also an overworld map where you fight kind of like in the Legend of Zelda, so you get that variety. But yeah, as I mentioned about this game, it's almost like they tried to do too much, and in doing so, they didn't do quite enough. So, you know, I'm not too sure what was going on with that, but maybe when I dive deeper into this game, I'm actually thinking about putting some time into it and getting a little further into it. But I did want to bring it to light because this game is very excellent, and you know, if you haven't heard of this game, it's out there. It's probably in the 20-30 range, maybe, of games. Although I've seen it complete in box for 30 or 40 too, so you know, you never know what you're gonna find out there. It is a worthwhile game for whatever price you can pick it up. I believe that for it to be complete, there's a map, there's all sorts of cool extras and things, but you know, if you can just get the game itself, or heck, even the box with it in the book, you know, you're on your way. But Yeah, so, you know, here's the part where I had... got some bread. I had that fairy chick with me from the beginning, but I got her killed because I didn't know there was those kinds of, you know, fights. And then here's that other fight, and as you can see right there, I leveled up and got some extra hit points, learned a spell. Now, I don't know if that's because I chose to be a magician, so I'm learning the spell. So maybe the magician is OP. But yeah, right there, it was like I was mentioning earlier. I talked to the townspeople. They told me to run to this lake and jump in because there's some kind of secret. So I went as far north as I could. I found that lake and I bailed off into the lake. So yeah, that's what happened. Like I said, not a lot of direction in this game, so I'm gonna have to sit down and really try to grind this one out. But there's a password for you guys if you want to use it. It's not very good, so I wouldn't recommend it. We'll see you next time.